So I lifted a bath yesterday. I think I was telling you about this on the phone.
No, by yourself.
No, with my son, who's over 21.
Yeah, he should be able to do anything that age.
Oh, man. And the guy... So my wife... This is my thing about my wife. My wife... You know what my wife did? My wife... I tell you what. I don't know what she'd done with that internet, Facebook Marketplace and eBay. And
yeah.
It's been a boom for her, Glenn. It's been it's like a hobby.
Yeah.
And, for example, I remember when eBay started...
Don't tell me you bought a second-hand bath.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What, you're earning... You're doing gigs, You've got this podcast.
Oh, I tell you what.
You can just go into a normal,
Reese Plumbing.
and go deliver that one.
You don't understand how some people think. My wife, they seek out things. But see, she's from Geelong, where ironically the bath came from. I remember very early on when eBay started, she goes, when the kids were little, I found these great bath toys on eBay, the second hand, you got to pick up from this guy. He lives in a suburb called Morwell. That's not a suburb.
Yeah, no.
That's 2 hours from here.
That's a whole day.
That's in Gippsland for people that don't know. It's in the valley. I remembered meeting that guy in the foyer of his office block in Richmond, maybe.
Mm.
And he came out with his, it was 3 men in a tub, bath toys. He came out in a plastic bag, and I had to hand him $25 in the foyer of his electricity. Like a bad drug deal.
I can't even begin to, because I know with this, I don't know whether you mind me telling this story, but
no.
With this very program, we knocked back a sponsor just because he wanted to have lunch with us. And you went, you know what, that's too much like hard work. So, but you are willing to buy toys and a bar and put in, because that's, the money isn't the hard work.
I wanted the record, I'd have lunch. No, we both said that. No, yeah, well, this is the thing. So with the bath, apparently it was a very special bath. It's a claw foot. So they with the claw feet on them.
You want to be special, but anyway, keep going.
I said, what's wrong with that? As we were driving down there, my son said, what's wrong with our current bath? I said, nothing. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And no one really has a bath. But this is a better looking bath. Yeah, I think my wife's prejudiced against baths. She's got bath.
Is it a fashion thing?
Well, I think they are clawfoot. They've come back, haven't they?
So it sits independently, doesn't it?
Yeah. It looks cool in magazines, I think.
All right.
So anyway, we get down there to an outer suburb of Geelong, that's an hour and a half from my house, right? We get down there. We'd already had a look at it. That's when I spoke to you on the way home from the beach. We had a look at it.
Yeah.
And then we went back there, and of course I met Rob, who's like a delivery guy. We buy so much stuff. I know him because he's delivered stuff to us before, right?
Yeah.
Vintage stuff. Vintage. Anyway, so we go down there and we get in the bath. And the people are lovely.
Wait a minute, you get in the bath?
No, don't get in the bathroom, sorry. I've already seen the bath. Anyways, but then they have to take the door off to get the bath out the door. And then they have to take the front door off.
No.
Yeah, they take the front door off because it wouldn't fit out the door. And so it was me, my son, and Rob carrying it. And man, it's the heaviest thing.
Hang on, and you're carrying an injury from the surfing accident.
Yeah, I still got my surfing. That's right.
Would that come in? Was that factored in?
I don't know if it was factored in, Glenn. But
meaning that did you get pain?
If this was a workplace, I'd be off I'd be in one of those work cover ads. They had those ads where there's that sad guy in the backyard and the wife brings him a cup of tea and they go, David hasn't been back to work since he injured himself.
Absolutely.
We carried in the van, got in the van. Then he drove it home.
So hang on, just talk about. So you have a guy turn up
Rob
at the same time.
Yeah, we met him there.
Gee,
and my son's like,
thing.
why can't you just bring someone in Geelong?
Yeah.
Go taskmaster and just get them to load it onto the van.
Yes.
Credit to me though. I didn't stop at any takeaway food places on the way there or the way back. That's pretty big for me.
No, that's
big for me.
That would have been. I would have thought there would have been a reward after that.
You'd reckon, but you know,
Souvlaki or a couple of Jim Sims and a Coke,
anything. But you know why? Because we were going to the pancake parlour that night with the family because my daughter was starting university today actually, and so she wanted to go to the pancake parlour to celebrate her starting. Well, kids these days have to celebrate everything, do they? You know what I mean? Did your parents have a little party for you when you started at Teachers College?
My neighbours used to say, the daughter's come back from college and she wants to have a street party. And you're going, really?
A street party.
Well, all the people in the street get together. You're going,
She's just finishing 1 year of uni.
yeah. It's like, really? Okay, no worries. But no.
Anyway. I mean, we got the bath home. Then we had to get it. He parked in the back alley.
No.
We got it out. We carried it in. We put it in the spare room, and it's sitting there now. And we've got to wait for the bathroom renovation to get the bath in. So now we've got a bath in the spare room, and the cats are loving it. So they've got a new bed.
Just let me ask a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Is it new or been used?
No, you know what? They have had it for a while. They've never used it.
Oh, well, that's good.
So they say.
I was going to
they say.
What were they? Because
So they say.
their bare bottoms might have been
On the bath. You know what? I got a theory that they wash their dogs in there, but I don't want to.
because the image of them doing what they do in there.
We don't need that image.
May undermine the whole pleasure of having a bath.
Well, I never have a bath. Do you have a bath?
No.
I haven't had a bath for a long time.
I know when I was in the touring around the UK.
Yeah, they only had baths.
Only a bath.
Yeah.
So before a show, you having a bath? No.
Oh, I know.
And then you go somewhere with a show, you go, oh, my, thank God, a shower at last.
The showers aren't great in the UK, though. They aren't great.
No, they're not.
No.
No. And a bath was like, you just fill it up a little bit. And then you don't feel like you've been attended
washed,
to.
I know.
No.
I know. Maybe, you know what? I reckon there would be someone listening to us in a bath right now.
Oh, yeah.
Do you reckon?
I do.
Do you reckon?
And they're sunk down, their shoulders. Yeah. See, do you ever really get comfortable?
Well, what the woman did, and she was lovely, so the woman who sold me the bath, she gave me this wooden kind of platform thing that you put on top of the bath.
See, that repulses me.
Really? Where you can and put your book and your wine and your
repulses me.
Yeah, iPad.
It's like someone taking a book into the toilet. Get in there, do what you got to do, wash your bits, and get out of it. Don't lie there. I suppose you got to lie. What do you lie there and do what? Don't tell me people get on their phone while they're in the bath. I suppose they do.
That reminds me, I've got that book to return to you. I have read it in the toilet. I know you hate it.
See, I don't want to. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know what you're doing, how you're doing it, because a friend of mine walked in. Unfortunately, walked in on his elderly mother in the bath, and he went, "It's burned into my brain."
Oh yeah, you can't not see that.
I don't want to think about you in the bath.
No.
Yeah.
No, I will never be in the bath. I will never. I put it on this record right now. I will never get in that bath ever. Ever.
And because, 2 reasons, you might have a fall.
Well, yeah, getting in and out.
Getting in and out. I know people getting in and out of the bath. You have to be very careful.
That's one reason. What's the second reason? Did you say 2 reasons?
There are 2 reasons. One, it's repulsive because you're sitting in your own.
And 2.
Yeah, your own washed off fat. That's what you're sitting in there.
And you can have a fall.
You can have a fall. Yeah. So anyway,
right. Okay.
For those people who are sitting in a bath with candles all around the outside, with some
rose
music,
petals,
with some panpipe music on, get out of there now.
You're filthy.
You're sitting in your own filth.
Like a pig in swill.
Yeah, just stop it. And if you dare urinate in that water.
Oh, yeah.
See, and I reckon you probably do just at the end before you get out.
At the end.
I normally do. I'm not stand up on the side. I get up on the end.
And, like that great old joke where you go to the pool. The guy goes, "You can't come in," and I go to the guy, "Why can't I come in the pool?" He goes, "You piss in the pool." I go, "Mate, come on, mate. Everyone wheezes in the pool." He goes, "Yeah, not from the high diving board."
Yeah,
playing the music.
Related now, please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
And we are here. Classic. All right, well, welcome to the podcast. It's somehow related.
Somehow related.
No need to plug Adelaide. By this stage, I would have been to Adelaide.
Every time I look at your Instagram, but by the way, your last little thing on Instagram is very good. You come across very well with your Instagram thing.
I don't do
You're walking down the street.
Oh, yeah, I was walking to my gig. Yeah, I did a gig.
And then why am I in a suit? Because I'm actually going to a
court appearance.
A court appearance.
I made that up on the spot, believe it or not.
Well, did you make that up halfway through that?
No, I thought of it beforehand.
Before. You go in with a bit of a script.
I had to go and host the State Fresh Fruit Gala Awards ball thing at the Forum, which is a big venue in the city. I was worried about it. I was telling you.
Is there anything that I don't take this the wrong way? Please don't take it the wrong way.
Let me just say the fruit, they were fantastic. There were guys who work in the market, the wholesale market.
Did you get any free fruit?
No. Oh, they had some on the table. They had raspberries. I said I'm going to take some of them because I love raspberries.
Get a few punted of raspberries.
Oh,
you know,
man, and that's like $15 right there.
Is there any like area that like with advertising? Some people go, you know what? I'm not going to advertise alcohol. I'm not going to advertise.
Is there anywhere I wouldn't do?
Yeah. Was there anything? I'm not saying that you would do anything, but I'm just saying
I wouldn't have. I reckon I've done tobacco. I've done alcohol. I've done gambling. I've done, things that I don't even like. Like I've done the big private schools. Yeah, they're like, they're going to pay me. I'm going. I'd even do the Liberal Party. I got asked to do the Liberal Party.
Wow.
Yeah, and I said I'd do it. Just, it'd be good fun. Just hanging shit on them.
Yeah.
I bloody love it.
So that's where you're good because you see the positive in things.
I'm not doing the Nazi Party. I'm drawing my line.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
because they probably wouldn't have much money anyway. Because I think the Australian fascists are they seem pretty. They're always just in a paddock. You know what I mean? They're never in a plush house, I like your thinking. It's a very positive way about going about things, and you make money in the and whatever happens in the room stays in the room. You go home, got some money, no worries at all. Look, and the market, I got the biggest laugh of the night was when I said to a guy, "So what's your name, mate?" Joe. And I go, "Joe, are you Italian?" Yeah. I go, "I can't believe this, everyone. There's an Italian guy called Joe who works at the market." It was a classic. I loved it. Anyway, we get 2 topics, don't we, Glenn? And we've got to work out how they are related.
We better
work
out. We have to ask
Sam. Sam, what are the topics?
SpongeBob, SquarePants, and mushrooms.
Hang on a sec. He lives in a pineapple under the sea.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. SpongeBob SquarePants. Have you never watched SpongeBob SquarePants?
I have never watched. Because why would I?
Your grandkid
Would
be
that
at
be-
SpongeBob level now. How old's the oldest boy? 5? Oh, yeah, he'd love SpongeBob.
Really?
Yeah, SpongeBob. And SpongeBob's good for the parents because it's funny. It's really funny.
You know my next thing that I'm going to do with the grandchild? I'm giving away my secrets.
Make a puppet.
No.
Pogo sticking?
No.
You're going to take him back to your day. I'm going to get the penny farthing out and teach you how to ride a bicycle.
What I have been
the
doing...
hoop and the stick.
No, one of my...
skipping rope.
No, I look out the window and go, oh, the money fairy's been.
Oh, you do the thing where you put money on the tree?
Yeah.
Shit house. Now go on.
But then he finds all the money and goes, I want more money.
He's into cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good on him.
So what's the next thing you're going to do? Stocks. Teach him about shares.
Yeah, there is a...
Half an hour session with Tom Elliott, the stockbroker.
There's AI. AI is our friend. All good things come from AI. Yeah. What you do with Perplexity, the one I use, you just tell it, you go, please tell me a story, and you put all the elements of the story in.
Oh, wow.
And then, okay, I'll do it. Do you want me to do it really quickly now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, I'll do it really quickly
I'll
now.
just have a drink. Go on.
Is there something you want in a story that...
Dave in his bath. A fat man called Dave in his bath. And 2 cats.
Here we go. I've got to make it talk. Please tell me a story about a man named Dave who was a little bit overweight and he bought a bath and it had a funny ending in 100 words.
With 2 cats.
With 2 cats.
Once, there was a man named Dave who decided to buy a new bathtub. He brought it home and eagerly started installing it. Dave's 2 cats curiously watched him, fascinated by the shiny new addition. After a long installation, Dave decided to take a bath to relax. But as he stepped into the tub, the weight caused the tub to squeak and shift. The cats, startled, jumped onto the edge, and in a comical twist, both slipped and fell into the water. Chaos ensued as the cats scrambled to escape, leaving Dave laughing and drenched. From that day on, the cats kept a wary distance from the tub, and Dave had a funny story to share.
Yeah. You know what I've got to say? AI, not that funny. So cats falling in the water is not funny, I don't reckon. I don't reckon that's funny. Do you reckon that's funny?
Well, you could tell her that you're
not
happy,
funny. Well, I mean, good on AI. But
I would. Okay, well, how would you improve the story?
Well, I don't know.
I would...
Oh, shut up. Shut up, AI. How would you improve the story?
I would say that you got in the bath. They got in too, And then
this is why I reckon writers have got no problem with AI. I reckon AI can write pamphlets. It can write, blurbs.
It can.
But it can't write good stories.
No, it can't. It can only write what's already been written before.
Yeah, and it can't write good jokes probably either, I would expect.
Is there a good joke you could put in there?
Unless it taps into an old joke.
Here's what I would say.
Yeah, go on.
You decided, your wife, this is an old joke, but your partner said, can you give the cats a bath?
Oh, yeah.
No, hang on. Is that the joke? What's the joke?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the Steve Martin joke where he goes, I gave the cat a bath the other day. I've got to tell you, the fur gets on your tongue.
Oh, yes. And they come in and you're licking the cat.
Yeah, so you're sitting in the bath with no water and you're there licking the cat. And the wife comes and goes, what are you doing? You said you told me to give the cats a bath.
That's funny. That's funny.
See? It's a little bit of Anyway, sorry.
What are we talking about? SpongeBob. So what's the next thing you're going to do with your kid?
Well, I just put all the elements of the story that I want in there, put him in there.
Yeah.
Give him, that he goes on a ride on the back of the bird and lands on it and magic.
And you're just going to play it back to him like that?
And then we'll go to sleep.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Good idea. I like it. I wish it was around because I used to have to tell stories to my kids.
I tell really good stories and then I run out of ideas. But I could tell the AI to make it 300 words.
When I used to have all the three kids just share the same room when they were little, and my oldest son used to go, Dad, tell us a story with your mouth. I'm like, oh, because I was just going to read one,
with your mouth.
With your mouth. So it's like, I'm going to make one up now. But my thing was I'd always include things that happened to him during the day. Yeah. And then chuck in their favourite cartoon characters. And then SpongeBob turned up. I can't believe he's here.
It's not dissimilar what we do on this very podcast. We get told what to put in our story.
Yeah.
Which is the two topics, and then we go on a journey.
Anyway, SpongeBob SquarePants is a very funny show.
What is it? It's a cartoon, American?
Created by a marine biologist who recently passed away. It was really sad. He died. He'll be my age. Cancer or something bad. And he seemed like a lovely guy. And he wanted to create a cartoon that sort of educated kids a little bit about underwater life. And SpongeBob is basically a sponge. And then there's
a sea sponge.
A sea sponge.
Not a washing up.
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Is he square though?
Yeah, he's square. He doesn't have. You don't put Jif on him. Scrub the toilet. Who's his best friend is Patrick. And Patrick's sort of like the Homer Simpson. He's hilarious, Patrick. He's pretty dumb.
Marine biologists, you wouldn't think would have that much of a sense of humour when it came to characters, but obviously
he must have got together with...
What are some of the other... Is there a starfish or something in there?
There's Squidward.
Right.
Squidward's a squid, and he's like the snob. He's like Felix in The Odd Couple, He thinks he thinks he's better than everyone.
Yep.
Then there's the guy who owns the crab shack, or the place.
The Krusty Krab or something.
Krusty Krab, yeah. So the crab, the guy, he's a bit mean, who runs the crab. And then there's a squirrel who's sort of the there's a squirrel who lives who walks
a squirrel
around.
under the water.
Yeah, but the squirrel's got like a like a space helmet thing on, so she can breathe under the water, and she's the female character.
And there's a mermaid character or something.
Oh, but they're the main ones. The ones that I mentioned, I think are the main ones.
When it comes to characters, I much prefer them being in some way relatable. I hate it when they make up characters like that don't exist, like alien characters, and it's got one eye and one foot. And
okay.
I can't relate to that, but I can relate to a
SpongeBob
starfish or a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I can relate to that because they're making what already exists into a character.
SpongeBob's kind of like sort of an 8-year-old kind of 10-year-old.
Oh, is he?
He's sort of like he's a bit Mickey Mouse. He's a bit everything's positive. Everything's I'm having a great time. Patrick's sort of dumb. Squidward's like a snob. And then the guy that running what's the Krusty Krab is a bit mean, I think.
And is it a success as in because it was book form or it was a cartoon? Because I know
cartoon.
It started as a cartoon.
I think it did, yeah. I think it did.
Because I was only talking to someone the other day about they've taken their book and they've turned it into a cartoon. And they said it's one of the most stressful things I've ever done.
You've been hanging out with Andy Lee, I reckon. Do you want to edit that out? I can't think of anyone else that I know. I think because I read in the paper that he was, making a cartoon of his book. Yeah, it would be stressful.
It is known that he's doing that?
Yeah, it's been in the paper. Yeah.
Okay then. But nobody knows that. I shouldn't.
Nobody knows that you play golf with him. I don't think he's going to listen to this.
Yeah, but we don't want to be. I don't want to be the bad guy. He probably isn't going around telling people that
it's stressful to make a cartoon.
Yeah, he may not want people to know that.
Is he drawing every cell, is he? Make yourself laugh. No, look, you know why? Cartoons are really hard to make. And they're really hard to make. And also to get your idea across to the people that you're working with will be really hard.
Well, I played golf with a guy who does animation for commercials, and he's saying, if depending on the amount of detail you go into, if it's heavy detail, it's a lot of work. But if you just go with your little stick figures and your little talky
much
mouths,
easier.
Much easier. You know what? If it's a good story and it's a good character, you don't need a lot.
Yeah.
But when the story is crap and there's not much going on, you need more in the illustration department. Anyway.
Well, SpongeBob is really funny. And SpongeBob's got a bit of a retro feel too.
What's that mean?
Oh, it looks a bit 50s or something. All the decor and stuff. There's some really funny episodes, and they do tackle social issues. Like they did this one where I can't remember who did stand-up, but they kept picking on the squirrel like a minority. Yeah. And then they learned that wasn't cool to pick on the poor squirrel. Like making squirrel jokes. There was a stand-up comic making squirrel jokes, and the squirrel got upset.
Do you think it's the duty of a story to teach something?
Not always. Nah. Sometimes it's just fun. Like SpongeBob sometimes.
Tell you what I'm
is
sick
funny.
of seeing with kids' books.
Yeah, what?
What they do is that they take a normal animal, and then make it fun. They go, "Oh, this is the story of the farting seagull." You go, "That's pathetic."
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I like a good fart joke, but it's kind of like is that the best you got?
I don't know if you've been in the library and they've got
I go to Kmart and I see what's on sale.
Yeah, the farting seagull. Yeah, I know.
No, I made that up, but already you can go, and you know why?
Yeah, that's really
it's because it's a celebrity doing it, and that shit.
Yeah, that annoys me too. Don't
that
worry.
really annoys me. And they put the name of the person in, and kids that age, they don't know who these people are.
They don't know who Gwyneth Paltrow is.
No, they don't
I
care.
know.
Yeah, but it's kind of the thing now is you go, oh, I've done a movie, I've done and I've done a fucking done a book. I did a book.
I did a book too. I did kids. When I did kids book, because my wife's an illustrator. When we went to Penguin, I think it was, because they loved our first book or something that we put out with a different company, and they said, "Oh, what ideas have you got?" I made a list of our ideas, and we had one called Minnie the Burper, a girl who burps a lot.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And, but the woman goes, But it was so different from, we're from a world of commercial TV where our ideas and commercial radio are just jettisoned.
Yep.
In publishing, the woman said like this to every idea, like the chicken parma chicken. I'm just making this up, looking at the menu. The chicken parma chicken. Look, I thought this idea wasn't right because, and I said, listen, just go to the one you like. Because we don't need. I said I'm from commercial TV where they
Cut
just tell
to the
you
chase.
they tell you your ideas are shit. And I'm a stand-up. I'm used to rejection. Don't worry about it. She's like, oh, okay. But she did say Minnie the Burper, and she looked at the other lady. She said, "Yeah, we're doing a farting book, aren't we? So we don't think we can do burps and farts in the same year." I bet you they never thought they'd have that conversation when they're at uni.
You've got a whiteboard with farting stories. We've got 12 at the moment. What about
a stinky kid? Oh no, we're doing
a kid doesn't wash his hair. What about a kid with crabs?
With measles.
Yeah.
But have you seen the sort of social... You probably haven't seen it at the library. They've got a section of books for kids in difficult circumstances. Like, seriously, there's kids' books called Daddy's Not Coming Home for a While for kids whose dad's in prison. Yeah, I swear, there's books for everything. It's incredible because it's good for the kids, but you look at some of the titles and go, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, okay. Man. Anyway, SpongeBob is a great show. You should get onto it. Absolutely, a great show.
Yeah, and is there a movie or something?
Yeah, I've seen the movie. Yeah, there was probably a few movies, but I remember going to the cinema to see it.
So do you think someone else probably writes it on his behalf now?
Yeah. There's a writing team.
How does he go from being? How does he get how do you make the journey from marine biologist who knows about that world
to cartoons
crossing over? I mean, if he's knocking on the door of production companies, they're going, "No, you're not a writer."
No, they do love that because you see that in TV shows. This guy was an ex-cop and now he's come up with this TV. They do. I would assume he hooked up with someone who knew what they were doing in that world.
I just reckon you should... There are too many people writing too many books. There's a lot of crap out there. I reckon you need to have a license before you write a kid's book.
I agree with you, absolutely.
Because there's so much crap out there.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, SpongeBob...
I can't think of anything else we can say.
He lives in a pineapple under the sea. His house is shaped like a pineapple.
See, that's good.
SpongeBob. It's a great song. Is
there anyone who does the...
I've interviewed him.
Who?
I've interviewed SpongeBob. It's a comic called Tom Kenny, who toured with Bobcat Goldthwait. Remember Bobcat Goldthwait?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They said at primary school... Can you do the voice? You do it better than me, I reckon. They said at primary school...
No, I don't want to do it.
So for people that know, he's from Police Academy. He was a funny...
I know what's going on.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know. My kids are at primary school and they said, we need some fundraising ideas, Bobcat. And I said, why don't we sell drugs? Not to our kids, to the next school's kids. He had some good jokes. But he toured with Tom Kenny, who had a flat top and was also very funny. And then he became the voice of SpongeBob. And I interviewed him on the radio on the phone, and I said, I saw you.
A mouse just ran across the floor.
Oh, what's for dinner? We're in the pub.
I swear, a mouse just...
Well, there'd be mice here. It's a big building.
Yeah, I know, but it's still
It's
not a good look.
He's a big SpongeBob fan. Anyway, I interviewed Tom Kenny.
Sorry.
And he's the comic who does the voice of SpongeBob. And I told him I saw him do stand-up, and he was excited because he only came to Australia once. And he said that he does other voiceovers. You can hear his voice on other voiceovers.
Yeah.
And he's the guy in America that does any of the this is written by a big fat man. You know the end of political ads or drug ads.
Yep.
They need someone to talk really quickly. He is the fastest talker in America. He said in
Written and spoken by
written and spoken by a fat person.
Why don't they just get someone to do it slowly then speed it up? Because
Oh,
their voice will go too high like that.
This is a long time ago. So
Before they get speed.
hello to Tom Kenny. Probably listening.
I'm just going to Google famous people who have done the voices for SpongeBob.
Go on. Who?
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Kristen Wiig.
I love Kristen Wiig.
She's
Son of Life.
She is so good. Ray Liotta.
Oh,
Amy Poulter.
Amy Poehler.
Poehler.
I love Amy Poehler.
Poehler. Okay. Here's Johnny Depp.
I love Johnny Depp. Well, I used to love Johnny Depp.
Why don't you love him?
Oh, yeah, that court case. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Did you hear any of that stuff? Oh, anyway, they both sounded...
I watched the court case.
Oh, you watched the Amber Heard Johnny Depp court case?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
It saddens me when things that shouldn't be, that happen behind closed doors.
I know.
Played out publicly.
Imagine if they put me and my relationship on the court stand. And
everyone would have something embarrassing that they do.
And he said he'd pick up the bath and wouldn't complain, but he complained a lot
Yeah.
about that bath in Geelong. I didn't complain that much.
Your opposition would be going, it is only a bath. It's only a basic need. We all need a way to wash it. And this man made it so hard to get this bath from there. And he, after all of that, refuses to use it. Can you imagine how it makes my client feel?
Let's talk about mushrooms. Mushrooms. You know what? These are two things I love mushrooms and I love SpongeBob. I never used to like mushrooms as a kid, but I love the taste of them.
I used to hate mushrooms as a kid. My dad would have them braised.
Braised steak and onion with the mushroom.
On a Saturday morning, I think he would have it on toast, and it smelt repulsive. I mean, we used to go collecting mushrooms, and then he'd chop them up. And so I sort of had this... But, like a lot of things, I reckon... Having them on pizza probably brought me back, or having it with chicken.
Pizza, yeah, pasta, mushroom pasta.
Pasta, good.
Yeah,
mushroom,
bit of cheese.
Yeah. And I'm not up on my names of mushrooms,
no.
but what I would imagine the ones. First thing you learn is don't pick a mushroom. If you go out,
absolutely,
pick the wrong one. We all know
what will happen. About once every couple of years, someone dies from mushroom poisoning. Unfortunately, we have those cases here in Victoria, in Leongatha, Currumbara, where the woman's in jail at the moment, waiting on the court case. I think, waiting on the court case. Yeah, because was it 3 people died of mushroom poisoning?
Isn't that terrible?
When she had them over for lunch, and then she made a beef Wellington.
Look at whatever way you look at it, it's absolutely tragic, and our hearts go to the people because it's just awful, and the way that people die from that is just
painful,
horrific,
really painful.
But it's funny, because mushrooms can do wonderful things for your body, and some would say for your mind.
Oh, your magic ones.
Yeah,
I've had them.
You have not had them.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that?
I don't know. My brother, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
So he...
Mark.
Yeah, Mark, yeah.
Is he the one in jail?
No, he should have been, but he didn't. As my mum said, because he was very good to mum and dad when they were older, because he lived near them, and mum said, "You were the worst, now you're the best." That's what she said about Mark.
Oh, really?
Because he was a classic middle child.
She had a favourite.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, she was just trying to be funny, but it's true, though. He was the best to them. He was around there all the time helping them.
What were you doing?
Well, I lived a few more Ks away. I mean, I was the second best because I was the other one in Melbourne, and then there was one in Brisbane. And
but because you live in another country doesn't make you bad.
No, I know, but you just can't help like Mark would help with mum and dad.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mark...
in your own way you can. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Oh, I did visit Mum in her nursing
You were very
home a
good.
lot.
You were very good.
Because I got time during the day. Mark had to go to work.
Yeah,
Anyway, so...
Hey, I visited my mum too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I know you did. I know. And your mum was a bit of a drive too.
Yeah, I used to go down every week. I used to drive for an hour and a half.
Coast.
Yeah, and then through COVID, all that sort of stuff is very tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Anyway, my brother, he used to grow marijuana, and then because, back in the 80s, drugs were hard. You couldn't just get drugs. Drugs were hard to get.
Are they easy to get now, are they?
I think so.
Are they easy?
Well, they're easier.
Or you can get them legally and illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back then, you either, in the suburbs, we had marijuana, which you could grow, or magic mushrooms. And so
you were a big pothead, weren't you?
No, not really.
No, that's the word on the street.
From my wife, yeah.
That you were...
well, when I met her, she said I was addicted to marijuana. I said, no, I wasn't. She goes, you had a little machine that would roll joints. I said, didn't everyone have one of those? Apparently not. Don't do it, kids. It's bad for your brain, I think. Anyway, so my brother would go fossicking for mushrooms in Warrandyte.
And he knew what to look for.
Well, one of his mates did, but now that I think about it, we could all be dead. Because
you could have rolled the dice.
They were like 18 or something, 19, looking for mushrooms. Probably pissed.
Because there is a rule of thumb when you turn them over, the colour on the underside. That one will poison you. That one will be okay.
So they would dry them out, and then I was living in a shared house at that stage. I would have been about 19 or 20, and he gave us some magic mushrooms, and me and the guys... Noddy, I know those guys I live with.
I love Noddy.
Yeah, Noddy. I saw him the other day. Look, I don't know if he took them, but anyway, we took them, and then we're all like, this is not having an effect. This is bullshit. So you know what we did? We got the bus to a bowling alley and went bowling, 10-pin bowling.
And then it kicked in.
And it wasn't good at all.
What does mean it wasn't good?
Well,
you got scared?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I would not.
You felt out of control.
I felt out of control, and it is like some people love it. Like the Beatles did it. The Beatles did it, and they discovered. And you hear people talk about how it helped solve their mental crisis. But I could see how it could send you into a psychosis. Because I felt like my brain was spinning around my head, and I kept seeing two. I kept seeing two of people and stuff like that. And it's like that. When you watch the Beatles cartoons, it's the submarine. Yellow submarine. It's like that. You see all colours and shapes and noises, and it's not good.
But you were just sitting there staring at this show going on.
We're in the 10-pin bowling alley.
Were you still bowling at the time?
Yeah, we had to stop.
You had to stop bowling because you were tripping.
Yeah, then we went to a
would
night.
lane 3 please continue the game? Lane 3. Stop dancing on the laneway, please.
I just remember I walked home by myself. I'm just like,
you probably wore the shoes home too. You probably, walked home by yourself. Shoes. And you got a little.
Woke up with a bowling ball.
How were you the next day? So sometimes it can make you feel a little bit out of sorts.
I just remember I got home and I rang a girl I knew in England.
Oh, gee.
And I just remember in the conversation, she said, have you taken something? I'm like, yes. Oh, I had to apologise to her. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't recommend it, kids.
Oh, look, from what I have heard,
So you've never been to Bali and had a magic mushroom pizza?
I was in Bali not long ago, and they had the smoothies. Would have been
they put in
psilocybin.
Smoothies.
How do you get psilocybin?
Yeah, that's mushrooms.
That's mushroom.
Yeah,
I think it was a mushroom smoothie, and I know a friend of mine who was a musician goes over there and bang on. Away you go, write a few good songs on this.
Red Simons. I'm just joking. Sorry,
but as a professional said to me once, he said, look, that is a blunt instrument in terms of its ability to, because some people can have a very good time.
Yes.
And some people can have a very bad time. Another guy that I know who was a professional did it. He vomited for 8 hours.
I wouldn't muck around.
So
with
there's
that
the
stuff.
message, kids. Don't do it. And you wonder whether or not sometimes people have permanent damage.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Opens up gateways you can't close again.
Oh, I reckon. I wouldn't do it again. There's no way.
No way you would do it again.
No. I will never go 10-pin bowling again.
So it was only the once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I don't. I mean, what's the word? Iwagaska.
Oh, yeah. They go with the Indians and the Aztecs. What is it?
They go over there and pay a lot of money and
get in a sweat tent.
Yeah, and
people die doing that though.
You got to wonder about that. I mean, but my point being, all these things come from, and it's not a chemical. It's made from
the ground,
a food.
Yeah, it's organic.
I think I said this before. I take mushrooms every day.
Oh, you mushroom pills?
Yes. Well, but it's not. It's just powder, and it's called turkey tail. And I reckon it's the best thing I've done for my gut in a long time.
Really?
My gut has gone from being not very good to pretty good. And I have them every day. And sure, when I go down the supermarket, I see people, little leprechauns, dancing up and down the
turkey tail, man.
Yeah. So it's amazing how something can be so good and so bad.
Yeah.
I guess it's like alcohol. Like alcohol, you can have a little bit of alcohol and get some stress relief from that. But you have too much stress relief, and it can kill you.
It's true.
It's not hard to kill yourself with alcohol.
No.
Anyway.
Mushrooms. Gotta love them.
Yeah. What are there? There's button. There's
portobello. Yeah. What are those really aromatic ones that have sort of, they always say put them in your, and they're quite a strong flavour. I can't remember what they're called.
I don't remember. When I go to the supermarket, I either go for the button ones or the portobello, I think.
Yeah. I'm having a noble moment about my mushrooms.
I probably need to take a mushroom to remember what the name of the mushroom is.
Seeing Ross Noble do stand-up is like taking mushrooms, actually, because he goes on all tangents. It's a bit mushroomy, I reckon.
Who? Ross Noble?
Ross, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hello, Ross, if you're listening. You know, genetically, they are closer to humans than they are to plants.
What? Maybe that's
Drop microphone.
Microphone drop.
Microphone drop. They are more close to humans, and this whole thing. What's the thing that dogs find underground? What are they?
Truffles. They're like a mushroom,
and
aren't they?
The amount of shit that goes on underneath the ground that we haven't tapped
amazing,
into.
Amazing.
The way that trees talk to one another.
Yeah,
there's this whole world down there.
I know.
You know what I reckon? In time to come, people will start eating dirt.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'll be a new trend.
It'll be a new trend. Haven't you tried...
Next to Boost Juice, there'll be...
Remember they used to have those little green things? Boost Juice, they have that little...
wheat germ.
Wheat germ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... Have you heard the latest thing?
No, you got dirt. They got dirt smoothies.
Have you heard... Yeah.
You got to get a dirt smoothie?
Yeah. It's a soil... It's a mixture of soil and a bit of gravel, and it's really good for your gut, and it's really good for your mental health.
Yeah, yum.
Well,
let's have some thinking music.
We could do the trailer from the
SpongeBob SquarePants.
We could do... Is there anything...
Mushrooms? Mushroom ad?
There's a mushroom...
Yeah.
I don't think there's a mushroom ad, is there? Is there like a...
Magic mushroom scene?
Oh, there's... What's the name? The Dolmy or Green. Isn't there a mushroom sauce that you is there? Maybe not. Maybe it's
why don't we do a make-believe? They always say SpongeBob were the guys on drugs when they created it.
No, they don't say that, do they?
People do, like HR Puff and stuff. Well, what sort of drugs were they on?
Some great artists have a dream and they make a painting out of it.
The Beatles, were on drugs, weren't they, for a bit? Anyway, so maybe we should do how SpongeBob was created. Maybe it was mushrooms. Oh, yeah, all right.
Maybe they're in a share house and you'll be, what's his name? Do you know?
No. Roger.
Say his name's Roger. And I'm living with you. Okay, just start. All
right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Another quiet night at home.
Yeah, man.
What do you want to do?
I've ordered a pizza. Oh, there it is. Thanks, man. Oh, look.
What did you order? What sort? What was it? Capricciosa? Hawaiian?
No, large vegetarian, but there's no mushrooms.
No mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Well, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
He has got some Bobby Keach.
Bobby Cheech.
Bobby Cheech.
Oh, yeah, the stoner we live with. Yeah, what about him?
There's some mushrooms in a bag in the fridge.
Oh, I'll put them on.
Yeah, how much do you want?
Yeah, a lot.
Do you pour them all on?
Pour them on.
Oh, they're all...
Gee, they smell good too.
Yeah.
They're mixing with all the capsicum and the onion. And yum. Here, I'll take a bite. You want some? Do you want some?
No, thanks. I'm not a big...
Come on, have some.
I don't like pizza.
Oh, gee, I tell you what.
All right, I will have a bit.
Have a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of mushroom on this one.
Oh. Tell you what, those mushrooms normal? I'm starting to get... Oh, man. I'm starting to... Is it affecting you, this pizza? I think these mushrooms are a bit...
You've got horns growing out of your head.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And
you know how I work in marine biology. I've never told anyone this, but I'm getting some ideas. I want to do a cartoon show, right, with a sponge.
Yep.
Because you know there's sponges in the marine world.
Yeah. Dumb
A
idea.
sponge
Dumb idea.
who lives under the sea.
Stupid.
And
Stupid.
his house is a pineapple.
You're an idiot.
He lives in a pineapple under the sea, and he wears little pants. And his name's going to be, hang on, man, hang on, Spongebob SquarePants.
Yeah, right.
And-
You're like all the other authors who just
and-
write stupid shit and they put a book out and think they're going to make $1 million.
The
You're
guy
an idiot.
next door's like going to be a squid. We'll call him Squidward. He plays clarinet, right? He's a bit of a snob. Then his mate Patrick. He's got a mate called Patrick who's some kind of, I don't know what he is, a big fat thing, like a sea.
See, what
Big fat thing.
is it a book or is it, you want to keep
It's a
going?
cartoon, man. It's going to be very colourful.
Is it a
And
cartoon?
then
Yeah, go on.
SpongeBob's got a job.
Yeah,
He works at a crab shack
yeah,
selling crab patties.
yeah.
And one of his best friends, oh, this is good, man. Oh, man, is a squirrel. It's a squirrel under the ocean. How's the squirrel breathing, you ask? Ask me that. How's the squirrel breathing?
That's squirrel breathing.
Got a special like mask thing, like a space band, like an astronaut, so the squirrel can breathe under the sea. This show is going to be massive. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Is it going to be a TV show as well?
Cartoon. He
See,
lives in a
why
pineapple
don't
under
you-
the sea.
Why don't you make a TV show
Yeah.
like The Apprentice? That is the best show on TV.
Oh man, I predict SpongeBob is going to be the biggest show for kids in 10 years.
No,
So what do you?
I predict.
What do you predict?
You know what I love about the Donald Trump?
I hear that guy that hosts The Apprentice.
Yeah, I reckon
Oh.
he's so smart. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Yeah.
I reckon one day he'll be president.
Oh man, these mushrooms are too strong. Get rid of them.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow, that must have been strong mushrooms. All right, what is your guess?
we made a pretty good prediction.
Yeah, what is your guess?
Well, I'm going to go down that line. I'm going to say
Hmm.
that maybe, but it's hard to believe a marine biologist would use mushrooms to.
Yeah.
But maybe, hang on, maybe he named a mushroom.
Oh.
Maybe he went the other way. Maybe he wrote a story about mushrooms,
Yeah.
and it was loved by. Oh, because he's from that world. No. Maybe they named a mushroom after him.
Oh, after the man or
Yeah,
Sponge?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to say that originally the guy wrote a show about mushrooms and then turned it into sea animals.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Imagine, you know, like the Smurfs, but they were mushrooms. What is your answer, Sam?
The little yellow cartoon with the square brown bottoms loaned his name to a new mushroom, Spongiforma squarepantsi, discovered in 2010 in Borneo by researchers from San Francisco State University and profiled in the May 2011 Mycologia. Its spore-producing area looks like a seafloor carpeted in tube sponges when viewed up close, further convincing the researchers to name it after the cartoon character.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so it's kind of right.
Yeah, kind of.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Well, they must be big SpongeBob fans.
Well, it's interesting how you can make the crossover and you can name things. It's a little bit like being on a stamp.
Mm.
I mean, I think Somehow Related should be a stamp.
We should be on a stamp.
We should be on a stamp.
Would you know what side to spit or lick?
We should be on a coin. We should be on
Toilet paper.
We should be on toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Bath mat.
yeah.
Tea towel.
But it's a fun thing because we've had this game before. But when people name new things like drugs and or whatever, why don't they name drugs fun names?
I know, they're always like Persilipon. Or,
Sipacilican,
Excellent. There's always an X in it.
Yeah.
Monty X.
Sixamakala.
Yeah, I know. It should be fun.
It should be. So if
Prozac should be called Happy Pills.
make it easy. We're going to put. You want to be on happy or very happy? I want to be on the very happy.
Blood pressure should be called Stop You Dying. Or what's the word?
But-
Stroke avoidance.
No, it's called Just Settle Down. Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, I got a joke. Two mushrooms go up to a nightclub, and the guy goes, "Mate, sorry guys, you can't come in. Mushrooms, we don't let mushrooms in here." And the other mushroom says to the bouncer, "Oh, come on, I'm a fun guy." Ah, Dad, shut up. It's the worst joke ever.